Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I hope you had a great weekend and that you had a good start to the week. Let's see who is in the house tonight and get the live chat room up on screen. And we have Neil and Laurelie and Jen, Robert, Debbie, Carol, Anna, Bev, Ma. Hi Ma, Bob, Tammy going through there as well, Greg, Constantia. Hello, thank you for joining me on this Tuesday night live stream. Well, it's going to be pretty much more of the same, but 250,000 subscribers is what we hit in that last live stream, or at least the channel as a whole, not just in that live stream. That would be crazy, but I do believe we're now past 251,000, so we've gone up by another 1,000. So thank you for continuing to subscribe even after the 250k. We'll just keep on going, see where we end up, but let's keep going with this live stream, getting everything up on screen that we normally do. First of all, we have the live chat room, followed by the names of my patrons that go across the bottom of the screen throughout this live stream and every single live stream, because they are the reason that this happens in the first place. So a huge shout out to these people. You know who you are, and their names do pop up in that super chat window, but also that PayPal window as well. So thank you guys for all of your support, for just commenting on the channel, hitting the thumbs up, getting involved, and yeah, your support is massively appreciated, and it wouldn't be happening without you guys over on Patreon, but you guys watching as well and just interacting with the channel. Right, let me get the likes goal up on screen as well, which is set tonight at 340. So it is a huge goal for tonight. We're going to try and maybe get a spike of the likes early on tonight. And let's get the live likes up on screen. We are at 143 likes so far, which means, that's, I think, pretty much, I was going to say it's beyond my maths, but let's try and work this out. 144, so 200 would be that. So 196, 194. Is that right? To get up to 340? I'm not sure. If it was 140, that would be 200 to get to 340, and then you take off the 8, which now would be 92. So 192, but it keeps on going up. So anyway, thank you guys for spiking the likes. If you could do that as you come through the door, that would be fantastic. As always, if we hit that likes goal in the top corner of the screen, it means that we will be having a pick roulette next week, and you can enter into that at the end of tonight's live stream, or at least after the pick roulette that we have on tonight's live stream, because there is going to be one of those a little bit later on. We have a couple of pictures to look at, I do believe. We're just going to be doing everything as we normally do here on the channel. Quick bit of news, and I mentioned this over on Patreon last night about the video that I'm going to be doing with Chris Lipe later on this week. And we're going to be filming that on Friday. So I'll keep you guys in the loop over on Patreon as to when that'll be out, but I'll let you know how the filming went and all that kind of stuff. Not sure what's going to be happening on Friday in terms of a video for this channel, an analysis video. I might have time to do one, I might not have time to do one, because I'll be filming that with Chris on Friday. So a little look ahead to that. We're going to be looking at the isolated vocals, and these are the studio stems. So Chris has managed to get hold of the official, effectively what you'd get going through the mixer in the studio. So it means that we get to hear all the different vocals, backing vocals, lead vocal, all that kind of stuff of Michael Jackson's Human Nature. That's what we're going to be taking a look at and breaking down, and it's going to be great to have a chat with Chris, but just both look at something and see what we can hear, just point out a few things. So I think it's going to be a really interesting video and just an interesting thing to collaborate on. So stay tuned for that. It's probably going to be on Chris's channel. So what I'll do is let you guys know as and when I get any information from Chris as to when it's going to be released on his channel, so that you guys can head over there and watch me on his channel. And then we'll probably do another video in the future where Chris is now here, and I'll release that obviously on this channel and let you guys know when that is going to happen. So stay tuned for all that cool stuff. That's what's going to be happening this week. And with the Laurie Lieberman video, I'm just trying to work out when that's going to happen, because Laurie messaged me on Instagram and said that she'd be interested in coming on the channel and joining me for an analysis, well, not an analysis, but an interview type thing from the analysis that I did on her performance a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago. But that's probably, obviously I've got to organise that with Laurie, but probably looking at maybe next month for that, but I'll message her. As always, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. I'll keep you guys in the loop all the time over there. Right, let me get everything organised on the screen, because the donations tab, always good to know that 35 to 45% of the Super Chat donations go to YouTube, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal. So just so you know, and the PayPal link is in the description below if you want that one. I always say that you don't have to donate. It's only if you feel like you want to, or you can't stop yourselves from doing it. So yeah, those addresses, I'm just trying to think. Links is, I guess, the official title for it. The links are in the description below for PayPal and the store, the spring.com store, all that kind of stuff. Description below for that. And let me just jump into the donations that came in before we went live, because they do disappear, unfortunately, but I have grabbed them. And talking about the links in the description below, one of those will take you through to spring.com, which we always talk about the mug and plugging the mug when Orlando donates, as he did $2 before we went live. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is time to give the likes a spike with lots of thumbs up. And here's a plug of the mug for a spike of the likes, and let me actually hold it so you guys can see it without my hand getting in the way. But there it is, spike the likes. If you could do that now, that would be fantastic. Hit that thumbs up and follow Orlando's great advice. Paul has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is spike the likes, y'all. Oh no, spike the likes, all y'all, to get it accurately portrayed through that particular comment. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss where these have come in, because we've got two more after this. So thank you for that, Paul. And Team Orlando was in brackets there, so thank you for that. Jennifer donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Jennifer. And the message was, Phil, in honor of Joe Messina of the Funk Brothers, who passed away sadly, only one is left. Take care. So thank you for that, Jennifer, for the donation, but also the sad news that Joe sadly has passed away. And I think the Funk Brothers will be here somewhere on the channel, and it was pretty much, I'll probably go into this on the video, but a collective term for a lot of the session musicians on Motown. And yeah, I mean, there were loads of them, but they were just collectively known as the Funk Brothers. And I think it does cover quite a few session musicians, but then 13 were then more well known. So I think that's what Jennifer is referring to then, as just one sadly being left from that original group of guys, the session musicians. But it did cover a lot of those Motown session musicians back in the day. And yeah, thank you for that, Jennifer. And I mean, very similar to the Wrecking Crew, who you might know the story of the session musicians. Again, yeah, back in the 60s on so many huge hits. But thank you for that. Jennifer has donated $5 again after that, and says, Phil, someone asked this great question. Do you know if radio pays royalty rights for songs played? Have wondered that myself. Thanks. So basically, any time that your song is played, anybody's song is played, where there is a company or a person who owns that copyright, they will receive royalties, whether it's on TV, on a movie, on the radio, on a YouTube video, on any site, on the news. Actually, the news, you could claim fair use on that if the music they're using is in a particular story that might be covering the recent death of a particular artist and they play their song. That is counting as news coverage and then fair use. So a little bit, yeah, you can argue against that. But anything else, if it's just playing somebody's song, so a TV show even, for example, royalties will be paid to the owner of the copyright. So it really doesn't matter what it's played on. And here in the UK, it's PRS that will pay you your royalties if your music is played on the radio. And radio airplay is a huge source of revenue for record labels, publishing companies, and if the artist owns their own songs, then it'll be a huge revenue source for them. But generally, when you sign a recording contract with a big label, they will take the publishing rights from you and therefore will make a lot of money through radio airplay, especially considering the fact that a lot of the radio stations are tied in to record labels and they have a deal where, this is something that I didn't know until I was waiting for a DJ, consistently, probably over the course of a few weeks, and I managed to talk to him quite regularly just when he was walking home from the radio station, and he really liked my music but said, unfortunately, I can't play it because basically the radio station was in the pockets of the major record labels, so they can't just play a new artist because you have to pay money, and quite a lot of money. And this is the thing that record labels can then start to negotiate with radio stations and vice versa for percentages of royalties in order to get their artists played ahead of other record labels. And yeah, it's just dog eat dog when you get to that kind of stage. So yeah, the only place for my music would have been on introducing shows, which is like independent artists and getting a little bit of radio airplay that way. But exactly the same thing happens where I waited for the DJ and I was referred to him by name. So I said, oh, one of the other DJs has said that I should come and see you, but then he refused to see me and refused to play my song. So you're just hit with that brick wall, which is really annoying, and that's pretty much shaped how I've progressed with my own music career and how I go forward with things on my channel. When people send me a message, I read the messages. I don't put up a brick wall so that you can't contact me. So that's very much something that I believe strongly in, and probably the reason why I make a lot of work for myself by still 250,000 subscribers, actually 251, but still keeping up with all the messages and looking at all of your requests and that kind of stuff. Just because I just remember back to then just being hit with a brick wall, and you think, well, what's the point? What is the point of me getting my CD together, doing all the promotion I can, even paying a company to do PR because I thought that's how you're supposed to do it, and that's what you'll read on the internet, to pay a PR company to get you exposure, all this kind of things, and then you realize the PR company, all they've done is spread the same article on all of these like 100 sites that they've set up, so nobody's seeing it anyway. But yeah, I could go on for years about this kind of thing, but it just is the case now that you guys are here and that we do have quite a big audience on the channel. I will just do things how I see fit, which is not ignoring anybody or putting up a brick wall. If somebody sends me a track to listen to, I will listen to it and I'll give my opinion on it. I can't feature all the tracks on individual analysis videos because my list is still really long. There's still probably thousands of requests on there, and that's not even getting into independent bands, unsigned artists. But in the future I would like to do something, but at the moment it's just too hectic to me for me to be able to get through every single video on the channel. But I do listen to every single link that I am sent. So as you guys will know, if you have sent me a video of your cover or of one of your songs, I'll have a listen to it and let you know what I think. But anyway, moving on. Thank you for that, Jennifer. So yeah, long story short, if your music is played anywhere and it's registered with a publishing company, if you own the rights to it, then you will receive royalties for that. So thank you, Jennifer. I think we are now up to date with those donations in the super chat window. Before we went live, I can see that some more have come in, so thank you guys for those. And it might be the case that tonight I have a little bit of a mission trying to read those messages. I'm going to move this all to the left, and what I'm moving over to the left now is actually the pick roulette screen. So if this goes wrong later on, you'll know exactly why, because I'm trying to widen the screen, which means actually the square for the likes is going to move across. So let me just gradually move this so that I want to make sure that I can see the super chat donations. You might, if you keep your eye on the likes, on the left hand side of the screen, you'll see it just moving across. I'm gradually edging it across so that I can read the comments that come with the super chat window donations. Let me just move it across a little bit more. We're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, that might do it. So let me just jump into that. Stephen donated $4. Thank you for that, Stephen. And this is the thing that I couldn't see. It's the guy with the summer fruit squash or the cup of coffee. So thank you for that, Stephen. Stardust Unicorn, support band to Wings of Pegasus, has donated $1.49. Thank you for that. And it's just I think some sand, some water, and an umbrella. Or I think there's a fancy name for the big umbrellas that you put on a beach, which I can't think of at the moment. But thank you for that, Stardust Unicorn. And I'm sure you guys can let me know in that live chat room. And we are now getting, you might notice how my hair is a little bit long, so I have texted my hairdresser, and this is a new hairdresser, in order to try and get a haircut. We've got pretty much a perfect center parting going on at the moment, which is rare, but it has happened. I'm not usually a fan of it, but we're just about getting away with it at the moment. But I have got this bit of hair that keeps going in my eye, so I'll have to just busk it out, work through it, it'll be fine. But thank you for that, Stardust Unicorn. And Jennifer has donated $10. Thank you for that again. The message is, Phil, yes, there were only 13 originals, only Mr. Ashford is still alive. So thank you for clarifying that. And another donation from Jennifer for $5. Thank you again. The message is, isn't what is going on there with producers and playing a song like Payola? That stinks. So thank you for that, Jennifer. And Payola, I'm not even sure what that relates to, but I've heard the term. It might not be something that we have here in the UK, but I'm trying to think what it refers to. Payola maybe is paying a set rate for maybe performances, or session musicians getting paid a set rate. I do not know, so I'll have to have a little look into that. But it might be a term here in the UK, but if it's to do with being paid. But let me have another read of that question. Isn't what is going on there with producers and playing song like Payola? So I'll have to have a little look into that. Maybe I can type in that term in between, or maybe when a video is playing, just to have a little look as to what it refers to, but then I'll be able to explain it a little bit more. But thank you, Stardust Unicorn, again, who has donated $10. And if there's a message with that, I can't currently see it. Let me just drag this down. And I think it is a straight up donation, so thank you for that. As always, we do get through all of the donations on the live streams, even before we go live. So, let me see. Oh, Steve has just not linked me, but highlighted bribing DJs, etc. to play a song. Okay, so that must be what Payola refers to. So thank you for that, Steve. And pretty much, it's not bribing. It's just the way the industry is, the music industry. So the record labels then have an agreement with the radio stations, and they just scratch each other's backs, because they're going to get more listeners playing the music of the big record labels, and the record labels are going to get paid money for the radio stations playing those songs. So it's just a win-win. Unfortunately, if you're not part of the industry or that music industry machine and you're on the outside, as independent musicians are, like myself, it means that there's no way in. So when you want to hear an independent musician, you've pretty much got to go to their own website. Like wingsofpegasus.com, quick plug of the website. You have to go directly to the musician because they can't get into the industry. And I would argue quite strongly that you don't want to get into the industry because it's now all about money rather than just being all about the art form and just making music. And if people like it, they can buy it directly from you rather than the record label taking 95% of everything that you've worked for. They will then take that from all of your album sales, single sales, downloads, you name it. So yeah, I would just argue to stay independent, even though it's a lot of hard work, but it's definitely worth it in the end because, as I've said before, if you do the maths, you only need to make 5% of the sales of not even a well-known artist, signed artists that are on moderately big, I'm trying to think of a subsidiary label. Spinefarm, for example, are a subsidiary of Universal, and I know for a fact that Spinefarm artists are not making a lot of money. They're still going round, at least they did before COVID, doing gigs that the kind of size of gigs that I would have been doing as an independent artist, that I built my way up to, just getting a following and playing in and around London. But I know that those kind of artists are constantly and regularly playing in front of maybe 20 or 30 people at gigs. So they are making minimal money. They're having their expenses paid, but they're not making any money as artists. So I know for a fact that my CD sales, single downloads are higher than that of an artist with Spinefarm on Universal. But I'm not really bothered about having my face on a billboard or having loads of marketing or just going around and playing to 20 or 30 people. I would rather just keep the rights to everything myself and have total control of what I do so that I can live stream if I want to. I can play my own song to open up one of my own live streams rather than having something where the record label is taking the royalties. Like I would take the royalties for any time my song is played on YouTube. So I get 100% of that. And that's something that I would have to give away 95% of if I was signed to Spinefarm, for example. So I would say stay independent if you can, because then you only need to make 5% of the sales. And for me, it's just worked out really well because I did have the patience to do it, and obviously it's a lot of hard work, but it's so much more rewarding when you actually start to get people buying your album, because they are buying it from you and they're listening. They haven't been bamboozled by marketing jargon into wanting to buy it. They've literally just checked you out and thought, I'll have a go on this album, see if I like it or not. So yeah, it's so much more rewarding. And I think just the run up to that point of being so long, working so hard, since the age of 19 as my first covers band that I was in. So I think it's so much more rewarding when you actually get to that point where you can see people are regularly buying your album and I'm packaging them up, sending them off. This is the other thing that I'm not bothered about how many. I know people have asked me, how many singles have you sold? How many albums have you sold? I don't know. I just send them out when they're ordered, and I feel like if I start keeping tabs of the numbers that I've sold, it's turning it more into, how much money have I sold? Where am I with other artists? Whereas I don't want to compete. Music for me isn't about competition. If I can sell enough to make it a full-time income, then that's all I'm worried about, and that's currently where it's at. So yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. And I know that if I was saying about my sales, then people would get in touch and say, can we put you on this site? Can we put you on that site? And I would just rather be myself on the channel, have my own website, and not be part of any music industry charts and all that kind of stuff. And I know that, one of my songs, That's Metal to My Ears, I got over 16,000 streams on Spotify, but I made £12 from that, so I removed it from Spotify as soon as I saw the numbers and how much money I actually made. And I know that 16,000 would probably be good enough to chart somewhere in the UK, but I'm really not interested in that. I'd just much rather do everything myself and just share it with you guys. If you guys are interested in my music, then fantastic. And yeah, if it's like I said, if I make a full-time income from the sales, that's all I'm worried about. Right, let's keep on moving on with the live stream. I do tend to, blabber on a little bit about music industry things when they are asked that kind of, or at least down that kind of avenue in the Super Chat donations and the PayPal window as well. Just making sure I'm up to speed with those. Stardust Unicorn and Jennifer, that was the one that we got to with the payola. And Jennifer said again and donated $5. Phil, payola was getting paid under the table back in the day for playing an artist's song. It was in the 50s, so thank you for that, and also for clarifying Steve, I think, in that live chat room. Anyway, let me just jump over into the PayPal window. There were donations that came in after the last live stream and before this one, so I just want to mention those, and I want to make sure that I get to the first one of these, which I did mark. And it was Daniel who donated £25. So thank you for that, Daniel. I know that I then got a message from PayPal saying that might have been a mistake. So don't worry about that, Daniel. If that is a mistake, I will get that all sorted out. But thank you for that donation. Maybe it was £2.50, and the noughts sometimes is a bit of a nightmare that I have on PayPal, getting the 00 in the right place. But anyway, thank you for that. And Nicole donated as well, and this was £15, so thank you for that, Nicole. And that was on Monday at 11:45 in the morning, so thank you for that, Nicole. And Virginia donated £10.95. Thank you for that, Virginia. And this was on Monday, 11 minutes past 4 in the afternoon, to be exact. Let me just have a look through. Getting more up to date now, because 52 minutes past 3 this afternoon, Steve donated £5. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, which would you rather do? Okay, this is a long one. Let me get this on screen so you guys can see it as well, because we've got the message that we're going to scroll down to. And the message is, which would you rather do? 1. Write and play a James Bond theme song. 2. Join and play with the members of Radiohead and Pulp in the Weird Sisters in Harry Potter. 3. Play in a Cantina band in Star Wars. Thank you for that, Steve. And, I mean, this is quite a difficult choice because, I mean, I am a Harry Potter fan. I mean, I've seen the movies. I mean, my uncle, who's also called Phil with an F, actually he's called Philip. Everyone calls me Phil to kind of distinguish between the two. It's Norwegian. I have family in Norway, but that's why it's spelt with an F. So my uncle Philip, he's read the books, the Harry Potter books, but I've just seen the movies, but nonetheless I am a fan. So that's difficult because, I mean, playing in a Cantina band in Star Wars, I mean, that'd be great as well, but I'd probably have to I'd be maybe the only human band, or human person in the band, considering the look of them. But, I mean, writing and playing a James Bond theme is pretty cool, so I think I would do that, because if I wrote, I mean, it'd just be great to be able to do in the first place, to have, you know, your song as a Bond theme, but it would mean that if I did that, I could then maybe go to the Harry Potter. I'm talking about in the future, because they'd have to make a Harry Potter film in order for me to be in the band of the film. So it would have to be in the future and not something that's already happened. So I would then be able to go to maybe the premiere of like a new Harry Potter movie, and not that that's going to happen, but that would be cool. And yeah, so the other two things would have to be in the past, which I can't do. So there is my reasoning for being in the future to write and play a James Bond theme for the future, a future James Bond song. But anyway, thank you for that, Steve. But yeah, that was tough to choose between them. Tammy has donated £15 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, besides music, do you have any other hobbies or interests? So, yes, I do. Not that I can do too much with my arm at the moment, because I would probably play, football, soccer, as you call it over there in the USA. That was my main thing that I did. When I was about 11 years of age, I started playing football, and I did that quite seriously up until the age of 19 or 20. When I had my first cover band, that's when I really started getting into playing guitar and playing live, and then I gave up football at that point. But I did get quite serious with playing football to begin with at the age of 19. And then just knocked that on the head because I didn't enjoy it as much as music. So playing golf as well, I do enjoy. Obviously, that's massively out of the question with what I've got with my arm, because I've got technically a tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, and I did have a trapped nerve in my elbow as well. So I had three things going on, but the trapped nerve thankfully righted itself. So now I've just got the two types of elbow. And because one of those is golfer's elbow, it means that, I think if I tried to play golf, it would absolutely ruin my elbow again. So I mean, I would like to play golf, but it's not going to happen for a very long time, I know. So I've got to totally right my arm so that I can at least get back to playing guitar relatively soon. And then other sports, I mean, even just going out for a run, trying to stay fit. I can't do weights. Obviously, resistance training is out of the question. I'm doing my very light exercises that I've been given by the physiotherapist. And that's the other thing that I have. I mean, it's a bit, I don't know, it's counterintuitive. The exercises that I've got to do are basically making it so I can feel the tendon, and it's about a 2 or 3 out of 10 pain wise, but that's what I need to do for it then to recover and be stronger the next day. So it's really weird because your instinct is to stop exercising when it hurts, but I've got to make it hurt just enough, but not enough that I damage it, but just enough to make it stronger and start to recover. So it's a bit weird. It's the first time I've ever had to do that with exercises. But at the moment everything's out. I mean, even running, just the kind of movement up and down of my arm and my elbow is out. So I'm just resting totally apart from my specific exercises that I've been given. But anyway, Tammy, thank you for that donation. Let me get this squared up a little bit. And Alison has donated £7 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, really enjoy your live streams and videos. Just curious what type of vocal microphones you use for singing and for your live streams. Thanks. So thank you for that, Alison. And this is what's called a condenser mic. And that's all if you're doing professional studio recordings, that's what you're going to be using. And I'm trying to think, the Rode NT1000, that's what this is. I've got the Rode NT1A as well. So that is what I use to mic up my amp. So that's, when you hear the guitar on the videos, when I used to be able to play the guitar, but hopefully they'll be coming back soon. But that's what I mic up my amp with, the Rode NT1A, and the Rode NT1000 is this one. And this is the one that I used for the whole of my album, the song that I played at the beginning of this live stream, that was called Greed. And by the way, you can grab that over at wingsofpegasus.com. / don't type in Wings of Pegasus again, wingsofpegasus.com / music to go straight to the music page where my album is, and you can download tracks individually. But I recorded that whole album with this one microphone. So this is what you want, a condenser mic. You'll also have mics like an SM58 And yeah, those aren't condenser mics. Those are cardioid mics, cardioid mics, which yeah, you'll see in live performances, and they don't look like this. They don't kind of hang upside down. You don't have to hang these upside down, but generally what you'll do with these, any vibrations going through the mic you don't want. So you generally put them in a cradle, but you can have it in a cradle the other way up. You'll sometimes see them in studios like that, but it means that it minimizes the amount of vibration going through the microphone. Sometimes if you've got a mic stand, I mean, for live, that's fine, obviously, because you've all seen mic stands live, but if you've got a mic stand and then you're singing into the mic, and if you put a condenser mic into that microphone stand, you might even accidentally kick or move your foot and kick the mic stand so that you get a low resonant sound. You get like a boom sound. It'll be a thud, and you'll hear that on the microphone. And you don't. The last thing you want to do or have happen is you're just nailing your vocal take, and it's the most perfect take ever. You're really getting into it. You're moving around a little bit because you're getting into it, and you kick the mic stand and you therefore ruin, because you would then have to try and EQ out that thumping sound, but it's always going to be part of that recording. So yeah, that's why you want to have your condenser mic in a cradle, so that there's nothing, like here, there's nothing underneath I can hit in order to affect the sound. I mean, sometimes when I am explaining things, I do smack it with my hand, but that's because I'm not recording something for a song. I'm not doing a studio recording, it's just really for the analysis videos, so it doesn't really matter too much. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, short answer to the question, even though it was a massive answer to the question, condenser mics is what you want to use for professional recordings. Right, thank you for that, Alison. Tina has sent me a money request, so this is requesting money. Thank you for that, Tina. There's a request or a send, and you want to click on the send if you're making donations. But thank you, Tina, for the request. It says, "Hi Phil, I want to donate and I can't help myself. Laugh out loud. Finally got it right on PayPal. Love you." So unfortunately, Tina, it was just the other way round. So that's a request for $20 it is that it says at the bottom. But thank you for the thought. I'm not sure how you reverse that, or whether you cancel it and then do another sending of it, but I'm sure it will make sense if you access that donation. But thank you, Tina, for the thought on that one. Patricia has donated £5. Thank you for that, Patricia. The message is tonight. So just a one word thank you for that. I'm not sure what that refers to, but it is quite literally tonight. So thank you, Patricia. And let's have a quick look. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the vote. And it's 1:45 here in the morning, almost already. Right, we've got a vote going on to be with you. And I'm trying to think of what the other one was. A Design for Life. It was in the back of my mind there somewhere, but I can't see, unfortunately, the one that's second in the poll, because it's voted for with 69% is To Be With You. I don't get to see the other one, and I forget what I've set up, so I haven't got it on the screen in front of me unless I can actually find it on my software. So To Be With You is 69%, and it looks like we're probably going to be listening to that. I might call that to a close now, just because we are... Oh, what is going on here? I'm trying to send feedback. I don't want to do that. Will it actually let me close the poll? Usually when you click on it, it then says end poll, but it's not doing anything. There we go. It came up. Finally. So I've ended that poll now. Let's have a look. And it was 69% for To Be With You. So we'll jump into that in a second. But thank you, Patricia, for that donation. And we are at 297 likes so far on tonight's live stream. We are aiming for 340, a huge target tonight. So that means we are looking for 43. Is that 43 more people in the live chat room to hit that thumbs up? If you could do that, it would be massively appreciated. It helps this channel to grow, for this live stream to get out there a little bit more as well. quick shout out to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, because Vince hosts the after party over there. If you are a Facebook user, you can join in with that after party after the live streams. It's where a lot of these very cool people in the live chat room hang out between the live streams, and especially after the live streams, that's where they jump over to. So head over to that page if you are a Facebook user. But let's get back into the PayPal window. Carla's donated £8.27. Thank you for that, Carla. And that is a straight up donation. And Sue has donated £15 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. Another straight up donation. And Barbara has donated £29.17. Thank you for that, Barbara. A very kind donation. And the message is a music gift. So thank you for that. And thank you for, that gift of music or towards musical supplies. That is certainly something that is always very welcome. So thank you for that, Barbara. But every single donation really does make a difference to what I can do on the channel and just being able to push forward with everything. So thank you guys so much for your kind donations. Right, I'm just going to pop into that super chat window because Anthony donated $1.49. Thank you for that. And there's a banana skin, I believe. So thank you for that picture and the donation. Anna donated $10 and says, because I simply couldn't help myself. So thank you for that, Anna. And Carla donated $4.99 and says, it's what's nice about Billie Eilish and brother Phineas. I don't know a brother's name or how to say it, unfortunately. So that pronunciation is probably wrong. They did all their own music and producing out of a bedroom. It's all in the family. So thank you for that, Carla. And yes, I know this story or the background to Billie Eilish. I saw a bit of a documentary on her or an interview where she was kind of singing ideas or doing the music, the melody, and her brother was effectively being the producer, which you think, well, yeah, that's great. If you've sometimes got families who are in a band together, but it's great if you've got a family where one of them takes on the production side of things and the other one's the artist. It means that you can keep everything, exactly the same as what I do, really. Doing everything myself, it means that I can do the music, play the instruments, do the production, do the marketing, and they can do exactly the same thing. It's just that they're splitting that workload between the producing, but I'm sure that Billie gets involved with the producing as well. And I've seen an advert for Adobe Premiere, I think something like that, because that's what I use as my backup, just in case any of my software messes up. I've got that on PC. So again, another thing that your donations have helped me with, having a backup for everything in case my software on my Mac goes awry. I can then jump on the PC, and again, that's just a monthly thing. There's lots of monthly things that get taken out of my account for just the maintenance and the continued moving forward of the channel, not having to stop at any time. Anyway, I digress, but I saw an advert for that where she's actually doing her own kind of editing. You would say it's kind of producing, but in a TV or music video kind of entity. So yeah, it was interesting watching her having the idea of what she wanted to get down as the video on set, but then how she wanted the editing to look as well. So it's great that nowadays you can have fully fledged artists who are starting to get a lot of exposure. I think Billie is one of those that is probably the biggest who started in that independent way and then is now in the mainstream music industry. So it's great that there's now the potential to make that jump from being independent to now being very well known. So it's great, and I think the music industry's certainly starting to move that way, where people realize they don't need a record label, they can keep the rights to everything themselves. So anyway, I'm going to jump into now this cover, and it was To Be With You by Mr. Big, of course, my version of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! Hold on, little girl,
Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on a line, yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you.
And there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for voting for that song tonight, and you guys over on Patreon for requesting a Design for Life as well as To Be With You as the choices for tonight's vote in that live chat room. So we have got a couple of pictures to take a look at. I know that there have been some other donations as well. Orlando donated $2 and said raining money with a bag of money. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Maria donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Maria. And the message is, the devil made me do it. Spike the likes. Great idea there. If you get that thumbs up, 3 likes to go until we hit our target to ensure a pick roulette next week. So we will see if we can find 3 people in that live chat room who haven't hit that thumbs up yet. Looks like we're looking for one more. But Anne donated £5 as well and says spike the likes. So we'll have to wait and see if that one extra person is in the live chat room. And there we have it. We spotted it live going over to 340. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You can keep on hitting the thumbs up, of course. If you're watching this in the future on Catch Up, you're part of that Catch Up crew. then you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, and it really helps the channel as a whole. So thank you everyone for doing that. We have just had a spike of the likes. It's now popped up to 350, which is fantastic. We are going to jump into those pictures in a second. Just before I do, let me get the PayPal donations window up on screen again, because Fascination Music has donated £21.88. Thank you for that. And the message is, great job. Thank you for those kind words as well. And I mean, I've always said, and I always say it on the channel, if you guys are watching the videos and you're enjoying them, I'll continue to make them. And as long as there are requests, I'll just keep on working my way through that request list. It is very long indeed, but I will just keep on getting through it. But thank you, Fascination Music, for that. Right, let's jump into a couple of pictures I think that we've got tonight. And first of all, we have Debbie, who has uploaded, I can see a Def Leppard t-shirt underneath this as well, a band that I've seen quite a few times live. But thank you for this, Debbie. And that is the signed Wings of Pegasus pick, which you can only get by winning the pick roulette. So Debbie was a lucky winner of that, and then there's some guy holding a guitar. So thank you for uploading that one, Debbie. And I'm just going to see, we've got, this is a picture from Shawnee Key, and this is June Millington's new album that she's recently released called Snapshots, and I have got this album as well. I haven't spoken to June about it yet, but I mean, maybe we can do something on the channel, get June back on to talk about her album. If you guys want to pick up June's album, I mean, that'd be great, and you can leave a note, because June kind of reads the notes and then can sign them as well. So, but I'll see if in the future we can get June on the channel again just to chat about it, because yeah, I think that'd make an interesting video. But yes, I have June's album, and I mean, there's some really cool bluesy stuff going on. So yeah, I highly recommend just jumping into it. It's one of those albums you can just whip it on and just relax, have it just in your ears. And I like to do that kind of thing. I have these Bluetooth headphones, which means that I can be making up CDs and packaging them and all that kind of stuff, and be listening at the same time, just having that going on. So it's one of those really easy to listen to albums. But thank you for uploading that, Shawnee Key. And yes, if you guys want to check out June's album, that would be great as well. And just say hi to her, let her know that you're part of the Wings of Pegasus crew, because June is part of the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook as well. So yeah, she's in touch with that page. So anyway, thank you, Shawnee Key, for that. Let me now hopefully bring everything back to normal. Here we are. Right, it is 4 minutes to 1 in the morning here in the UK. We are going to be jumping into tonight's pick roulette. I have packaged up and sent off the last book that Phil Palmer gave here. We gave away 5 books in all, but yeah, that was the book roulette that we had, so no more of that, unfortunately. But it was great to be able to have that book roulette going on, and now we're back to the pick roulette and back to the t-shirt roulette. So it means that if we do land on one of those darker segments, I'll explain it in a second. If this is your first live stream, hello to you. Introduce yourself to the rest of the live chat room. That's how we start. If you want to get your name on next week's pick roulette, just stay tuned and you'll be able to follow what everybody else does. It'll be absolutely fine. So let's jump into it. Just quickly, Grump Texas donated $5 in that super chat window. Thank you for that. It was a straight up donation. And Laura has donated $3 as well with some rock horns. Thank you for that, Laura. I think we're up to date with everything. So let's jump into tonight's pick roulette. I haven't picked a top tip yet, but I will pick somebody in a second. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes, but you'll hear my voice. It'll be fine. I'll see you guys after this. Rock. So let's get this wheel up on screen. There it is. And I'm going to have a little look down the name. I tell you what, I'm going to pick Grump, Texas, because that donation, the second to last donation I read out was from Grump, Texas. So, I mean, I'm hoping that this, I mean, the odds are that I've got to pick somebody at some point to win and actually get it right. So Grump, Texas is my top tip for tonight. And let's give the wheel a spin and see who is going to win. And by the way, I can see that Carla's just said in the live chat room, limit emojis to 3. So emojis are the pictures that you put after comments, and YouTube sees that as spam if you do too many of those, so it'll start blocking your comments. So some people might think, oh, why can't I comment, why have I been blocked? But it might be that you're using too many pictures at the end of your messages. Anyway, we are slowing down, and Carla is actually just gonna miss out. It's either gonna be M. Cooper or is it gonna be Paul? It might be Paul, and it is indeed Paul. So congratulations to you, Paul. You are the winner for tonight. Commiserations to Grump, Texas, who, yes, unfortunately, I didn't manage to pick as well. The top tip was picked. I didn't manage to win, so I maintain my 0% winning streak. But congratulations to you, Paul. And if you can let yourself be known, we know that Paul's in the house already, or maybe he's popped off to make a cup of tea, but we know Paul should be in the house. Congratulations to you. If you can let yourself be known to Carla, that would be much appreciated. So commiserations everybody else, but as I always say, you can double your chances of winning by just tuning in on Saturdays as well, because we have the pick roulettes on Saturdays, and you can enter in for that when we hit the likes goal. It's all dependent on hitting the likes goal on each of the live streams, so that's why. I'm just having a little look out for Paul. Maybe he's in there. It's all going through a little bit quickly, so I can't see Paul's name. And there, yeah, Paul says, wow, my second one, now for a t-shirt. So Paul's looking for that in order to get the full set. But congratulations to you, Paul. And yeah, the t-shirt I know is a little bit more unlikely because we got to land on the t-shirt segment first, and then we have the t-shirt wheel. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to you, Paul. Some of you may know Paul as his identity, his alias as Orlando's backup in the early donations in the super chat window. But yeah, Paul is in the house. Right, let's open up the entries for next week's pick roulette. And in order to get your name on that wheel, this is what you have to do. Type I agree and tag Carla by typing at the symbol and then Carla Murray, and then press enter. Hopefully you'll be able to see what everybody's doing in that live chat room. If this is your first live stream, just copy what everybody is about to do in there. I've just made a comment myself that'll be going through very soon, and there it is, and it just says I agree at Carla Murray. So just type that, unless you've already won a pick twice, then just type that. So you will see some people comment, a very few people commenting t-shirt, but don't worry about that. Just type I agree and then tag Carla Murray, unless you've won 2 picks already, which is really rare to have happened. So you can see everybody's now about to go through. We're getting a lot of I agrees, a lot of Carla Murrays. So just copy what everyone's doing there. And to bide that time before, I mean, we've been quite organised tonight because we've got 12 minutes left of the live stream. Billy has donated $5. Thank you for that, Billy. First ever winner of Pick Roulette in the Super Chat window with the donation of $5, and the message is, thank you, Billy, for that. The message is, hey, Phil, can you say a quick happy birthday to Thomas Christopher Bangalter, Thank you so much. So there you go. Sorry for the pronunciation. I should have just said happy birthday to Thomas. Rather than getting the name potentially incorrectly pronounced. But thank you, Billy, for that. And happy birthday, Thomas. I hope you have a fantastic day. And if that's today or tomorrow here in the UK, it's very early on a Wednesday morning. So if it was yesterday, Tuesday, I hope you had a great day. If it's today, I hope you have a great day. So just talking about birthdays, I was asked on the last live stream or the one before, what am I going to ask for my birthday? And I remembered I'm asking for a cookie cake. So I remembered today. So that is something that I've asked my mother for. I said, yeah, because she said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I want a cookie cake. And I'm going to stop talking about it because I am hungry. I just had soup and a bread roll for dinner. So I am a little bit hungry tonight. We're going to stay away from the food, stop mentioning cookie cakes. I've got that to look forward to very soon. I think I'm losing track of what the date is today, but I think it's in exactly a week, something like that, my birthday. So yeah, anyway, or it might be less than a week if technically today's Wednesday. I think my birthday's on a Tuesday because on a Monday, get this, I'm going to, I mean, this is about as un-rock and roll as you can possibly want, but I'm going to check out the Titanic exhibition in London. So I'll be travelling along there and driving along, hoping there's going to be some parking in there. Should be fine. But yeah, I'll be checking out the Titanic exhibition, which has lots of different things that they've managed to pick up from the wreck. So it's all the genuine stuff. It's the official exhibition. So I'm quite interested in all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll be I think is going to be really interesting for me personally to check it out. But just in general, if anybody's interested in the story and actually seeing some of the items on show, so yeah, that's something that I like to do. I'm interested in that kind of stuff. I do like watching documentaries on lots of different things, like aliens as well. I like watching documentaries on that. But I think it's good for me sometimes just to have a total change of doing music all the time, analysis videos, checking out performances, playing guitar, but then just have a total break. I think that's why I quite enjoy documentaries, to find out about something that I do find interesting on. I guess I find analysis videos, like documentaries that are analysing things, are very interesting, like how they get down to the Titanic, how deep it is, how it's broken apart, and then they can try and analyze how it is on the bed of the ocean, so then they can try and decipher how it sank, how it moved, and the amount of rust that's going on with it and how it's being eaten away, all that kind of stuff. So yes, I do find that all interesting. So I guess I find analysis interesting in all walks of life. That's basically, I think, what my mind likes. So anyway, we will, yes, I will. Takes DCMC says take some pictures if you can. So I will try, if they are allowed. Sometimes on exhibitions they say no pictures please, but if there is the potential chance that I could take a picture or two, I will do those and maybe show them on the live stream, because that's going to be the that's the day before my birthday, is Monday. So yeah, I will be out doing that. And I know it's technically an admin day, but it shouldn't take me too long to drive. I mean, this is East London, so it's on the other side of London, but it shouldn't take me too long to drive there. Depending on traffic, maybe an hour and a half or something like that. The exhibition lasts for about an hour and then an hour and a half back, so it shouldn't take all day, just maybe the afternoon and early evening. So I should be able to still to get my admin done for the day, fingers crossed. But yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you, Billy, for that donation. Just quickly, I've received another donation in the PayPal window from Diana, and it is for £10. Thank you for that, Diana, and that is a straight up donation. And another one's just come through from Carl for £13 and 13 pence. 1313. Unlucky for some, but thank you for that, Carl. And it just says donation, so thank you for that. Right, I think we're up to date with the donations, and it's 8 minutes past 1 here. So I'm going to throw this out to the live chat room. Just, I can see there's still some I agrees going on. Oh, and Corey says, going all by yourself, did that say? I've just lost it in the live chat room. But I think it said going by yourself or all by myself. So no, that'll be my parents that I'm going with. So I will be driving there. Basically, I'm a chauffeur. I'm going to be driving them to London with me because, yeah, it's something that they're interested in as well. And I think just going by myself would be a bit weird because it is their gift to me on my birthday. So I think it's kind of a gift that I would rather that they came with me than they bought me a ticket to the exhibition and then I just go by myself. So yeah, my parents will be coming with me, which will be good as well. So yeah, I'm just going to be a chauffeur. Hopefully everything will be fine and I'll get there and get back and it'll be uneventful. I am quite a careful driver, so yeah, fingers crossed that'll be okay. And yeah, I think I've mentioned this before about driving, that I'm very careful. My dad has been on, I think, 2 driving courses for his driving and being pulled over by police and him just not being very good. And he's, yeah, one of these that if the light is about to go red, he'll try and catch it. Even if technically it was red, he'll still try and go through it. Whereas I think I'm more like my mum, where I tend to err on the side of caution rather than trying to get everywhere really quickly. Yeah, I take a lot of care. But anyway, I can see that people are asking for a riff. And this is something I did see requested over on Patreon. We've got 5 minutes, so let me sort this out. And okay, right. I'm going to have to change this back. If I can have a number between, let's do what, 50 and 100 again, because there's 100 riffs of the week and I can only choose between, yeah, YouTube only shows me 50 at a time. So let's look out for 50 to 100. So if you can give me some numbers, I will then choose a random number that you guys have suggested or requested. We'll have a look at that riff and see if we can figure out what it is, and I'll see if I can remember what it is as well. Right, we've got some numbers coming in. 70, 48, 67, 79, 39, Billy says, even though it's not between 50 and 100. Right, we're going to go for, I can see that 77 has popped up a few times, and 77, DFK says, hi British guitarist, it's been a long time, so hello. We're going to go for number 77 because that's like, for some reason 7 I consider my lucky number. I don't know why, because nothing's really happened ever that's been lucky that's been a number 7 for me. But interestingly, I guess it is half. I can try and find a reason for it. It's 14 is my mum and dad's house number. It's my sister's house number. I'm sure there was another member of family who had the same house number. So 14 should be the lucky number, really. Maybe I should say 14, but I can't say that because it's 77. So we're going to go with 77. DCMC says 77 as well as Paul. So now I have to try and find it. Let's scroll down. We select the video first, and I have to do this all before you guys can see it so that it is set up on screen. And sometimes there's an advert before these and sometimes there isn't. But it looks like we're going straight into it. And it did, even though it didn't load properly. So hopefully I'll be able to get it up on screen and it should appear beneath me here. Fingers crossed if everything's set up the same way. That has gone wonky. There we go. There's the word again that is used here in the UK, but maybe not so much over in the USA. Wonky means it's not straight. So let's put that. That's kind of a bit better. Let's have a listen to this and see what it is, or attempt to guess what it is. It's beginner. It's going to be easy. I just do there? I just played it again. So I'm throwing this out to the live chat room. So who can name that riff? You don't get any prizes for it. Unfortunately, just the bragging rights of being the first to get it in the live chat room. So I'm going to be having a little look into that and going through. Carla says a heartbreaker. So I'm trying to see if any came in. I might have missed if any of those came in before then, but everybody now is getting heartbreaker. I think Carla was the first, so congratulations to you, Carla, and everybody's getting it down now. It's one of those that, yeah, everybody pretty much, I'd say most Led Zeppelin riffs are just instants. You just kind of know them straight away. But congratulations to Carla. That was the first comment, I think, that named it very quick off the mark. But thank you guys for requesting the riff of the week. That was number 77. So that was Carla getting that. I'm just seeing a lot of people are now saying heartbreaker. So congratulations, everyone. Just a bit of fun for the end of the live stream. And it is 1:15 here. I think it just turned 1:15 a second ago. So I will be calling things to a close. And just quickly, there's been a donation that came in from Orlando. Just to mention that it was for $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. And let me get rid of that screen or the whole riff of the week thing. There we go. Orlando says, has any crazy fan rushed your stage during a show? So thank you for that, Orlando. And no, I haven't had a crazy fan rush the stage, but I have had a fan, like a stalker type person who, followed me around in the UK and knew where I was going to be even before it was common knowledge that I was going to be there. And this was more to do with when I was on TV and was a little bit more known in the UK just over the period of a few months. So it was unfortunately, I mean, it was somebody that I had spoken to online, and you guys know that I answer every question and respond to all of the comments and emails and Facebook, and I've always done that. And it just so happened that this person was just somebody that I had responded to, but they started looking into where I would be before I'd be there, and then sure enough I'd turn up at an event and that person would be there. So it's a bit awkward, but I did speak to them and just try and just act normal. I think it got to the point where I said that I would meet them because they wanted me to sign some pictures that they had, which is absolutely fine. And I said that I would meet them outside a venue before the venue, but then he went inside the venue stating that he knew me and that we were very good friends. And then he was let into the venue, and when I got to, I mean, that's something that, because we hadn't agreed to do that, I said I'd meet you outside the venue and I'd sign your pictures for you. But we didn't agree that he would say he knew me, and this was before I'd even met him, and go into a venue, and then the security for that venue mentioned to me, oh, we've got your best friend is already here in the venue. This is before kind of the show started. So I said, I've never met that person. So of course the security took it very seriously. But I mean, the problem that I had is that it wasn't something that we agreed. If we'd met up, because I was waiting for him outside, obviously hoping that nobody else saw me, because maybe other people had come up. But I waited outside for a little while to see where this guy was so that I could sign his pictures. But he wasn't there. So I just kind of went in to the venue. But it just, was the case that had he stayed outside and said, oh, here's the pictures, and do you mind if I come in and that I say that I know you, I would have said no problem. That's something that, normal, just normal people would do that, and I'd understand that, they want to come in and see the show, absolutely fine. I haven't got a problem with doing that, because it's not as if he posed a threat or anything. But as soon as you start getting into a venue and also saying that he knew me really well, obviously security would assume that we've met before, which wasn't the case. So nobody on stage, but certainly you do get people now and again that are a little bit a little bit over the top, and you guys know I'm just a normal guy, so just just message me. You don't have to send me like 200 messages. I will see your one message that you send me and I'll reply to it. If you send me loads of messages, like 30 or 40, and I don't reply to them, it's because they've been put in the junk folder or the spam folder, because that's what the email inbox does automatically. But if you send me a message, I'll reply to that message, and that's just a normal way of doing it. If you send loads of messages, unfortunately they don't get through to me. They'll just be put in the spam folder. Anyway, I am going to be calling it to a close. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And Orlando donated $2 again and said, don't be wonky. Come back Saturday with some rock horns. Great idea. If you want to join me on the Saturday night live streams as well, we'll be having a pick roulette, and you can be part of that pick roulette next week, next Tuesday, if you've written I agree, because we did reach that target of 340. Thank you guys for tuning in, for hitting that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow on the whole. I think, if you guys want to pop over to that Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, Vince is going to be hosting the after party as well. And I can see Kevin says, for the record, that wasn't me, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Kevin. This was well before the whole channel took off, probably 10 years ago. Don't worry, everybody's pretty much safe, even though there have been a few people that have been, a little bit over the top with the whole messaging thing on YouTube. But, I mean, generally that's kind of a trolling thing, unfortunately. But anyway, yes. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'll see you guys hopefully on Saturday. I'm going to be doing another video tomorrow night and Friday night. I don't know if a video is going to be happening Friday night, maybe, or because I'm doing the filming with Chris Lipe, we're going to do our collaboration video on Friday, the filming of it, and I'll let you guys know when that's out. So that might be out on Sunday, but I'll keep you guys in the loop over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. As you guys always know, I post on there on the admin days as well as the video analysis days. So everybody have a fantastic rest of the week. Stay as safe as possible, and just I did say in the last one, stay sane, but that is kind of something that we say, but actually it's quite important nowadays, just for staying sane and try and keep control of everything in the crazy world that we live in. Mental health, certainly in the UK, is now becoming a little bit more mainstream, that people understand that a lot of people do have problems, especially with COVID and lockdown, and the toll that it does take just on the mind, and anxiety as well. There's so many things in the world at the moment that I think increases anxiety, certainly does for me, seeing some of the things that are going on with the whole Ukraine situation, which is very sad, very crazy. But anyway, as I said, try and stay as sane as possible. Have a great rest of the week, if that is possible at all. And I will catch you guys at the next live stream on Saturday, or the next analysis video. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!